What up, party people? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Let's Talk Live podcast, the best damn
Ever.
podcast ever. What's going on, man? How are you, Primo? What's going on?
I jumped the gun on the ever.
I'm
sorry, man. I tried. I've been practicing. I practiced all week just to last second. I know. I'll get it next time.
You failed me. Are we ready to have some fun tonight?
Dude, absolutely. Are you kidding? I've been waiting for this since at least Sunday. So
at least Sunday.
Right.
Well, I've been waiting before yes. Sundays. I've been trying to set this up, but I am so happy tonight. We have two special guests that are going to join us this evening. We have Kelly on her own time and Kristen Vinyls and Dials. How are you?
Good.
Hello,
we got a full room today. We got a whole troop of people. Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome.
Can we also talk about something exceptionally significant real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the first time that Kristen has been on YouTube.
It is the first time.
No way.
So
like she wouldn't even join me.
Yes. We'll give her a bell. But thank you, ladies, for both doing this. As we know, we try to, I'm just trying to get different guests on and get some perspective and get into people's lives and hear their stories. So I really do appreciate you coming on and joining us. So real quick, I have Wings and Watches. He has upvoted. Logan Hall is in the chat saying, "Hey, Brian, hey Kelly." And we have the primate gentleman that says upvote people and primates. I love that name. It's so good.
Yeah.
And Ronan is joining us saying, "Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much." And yes. So, ladies, how is it? Speedy Tuesday? Do we have our Speedies on, or what are we wearing today?
It's Bruise Day.
Okay. Tag on. Tag, 2 tags. Kristen, what do we have on?
I have the Hamilton khaki field.
I love it. I love it. Cole says, "Hello, everyone. Hello. So, here we are. So what's going on? What's going on in the world of Instagram? I obviously follow you, ladies. Kelly, you've been on the stream before, and I'm very curious to see how someone grows their Instagram to 6,500 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers. Right. So how does this work? Because I'm terrible at Instagram. I'm awful at it. So how do we do this? Is it a guy girl thing?
I thought we were just supposed to tag Kelly and everything, and then it was fine.
Right.
That's not how this works. Okay. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to let Kristen answer that first because I know that I've run my mouth a lot on the internet. Okay. So I would love to hear my friend talk and kind of.
She's like, I don't know about that.
I think
Go for it, Kristen.
The engagement part of it, I think, is what helps us grow the account the most. I try to comment on people's posts and engage with them and build those relationships. And then you start sharing each other's, stories, and it really gets you out there. When I first started, I certainly didn't think it was going to go where it did. You try to post every day, but there's days when I'll go, all of a sudden 4 days have gone by and I'm like, oh my God, I need to post something, and I feel like I'm getting behind. But I think the most important part is, to me, is just keeping up with that engagement, talking to people, getting to know them, engaging on their own posts, because then they're going to engage on mine. And we're going to keep building that relationship. So.
Do you feel like on your feed that you're going on a journey? Because with what I've seen, I really feel like I'm on a journey with you. Yeah. And like I'm being told a story, and it's like something that I'm actively engaged in. And the quality of the pictures obviously are key too, because the pictures are great. But that journey does really say something to me. Like that picture down the lower right there. It's just an amazing thing to take you on. Do you have a journey in mind when you do that, or is it just this is what I do?
It's what I do. It's what I like and what I love. So that picture you were mentioning, I believe that was the sunset post. Yeah. That's something that I am well known for. I love a good sunset. And if I can go outside and capture it and run outside with my camera and take a picture of it, I will. So to me, it's a lifestyle. The pictures that I post, it's things that I'm doing, things I'm excited about, people that, I care about. Those are the things that I'm sharing. So it's more or less, yes, it's watches, music, vinyls, but it also shows a piece of my life, and kind of what I love. So I like to keep it a little interesting.
So you have a pretty, I on Instagram, I always see this too. You have a pretty large record collection. When did you start getting into collecting vinyl, and how big is your vinyl collection?
I started collecting probably about 2 years ago, so not very long. My dad has a big collection, so it was something that kind of spread into my life. But about 2 years ago, so when COVID happened, I was looking for a hobby. What do I like? I love music. So what am I going to do? I'm going to start ordering some vinyls, and that's where it started. So that's kind of where that went.
That's awesome.
And now I would say I don't have a crazy amount. I would say a few hundred.
A few hundred? That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have a crazy. That's a lot. A few hundred's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you see some, if you follow some of these vinyl accounts, though, like they have walls of vinyl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I do love going and crate digging and finding those old fun pieces. And it's I never thought I would love it as much as I do. And I think I could go to the record store and hang out there by myself for hours and just search through having a drink.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. I think vinyl, and this is the biggest thing that I love about it too, is that it's an experience. Not only, like you said, going out shopping, digging through the bins, maybe going to some bargain stores and doing that, but coming home and actually have the experience as well too. And I think, taking the record out, looking through the insert and the back and studying everything, and then actually putting it on. It's like a full experience. And the thing that I love about vinyl too, you can't skip a fucking song. Like you have to listen to the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, you could skip it, but it's made to listen all the way through.
And that crackling, that scratching.
Yeah.
I like that. It's that vintage, dirty feel in a way. I like that uniqueness of it.
Yeah. It's weird for me because that's the thing is I grew up on vinyl. I used to have Beatles 45s and there's a couple other songs in there that were like big ones, Wild Thing, stuff like that on original prints that I had from my parents. And it was fun. Like a lot of that stuff got broke. We moved a couple of times. So a lot of that stuff didn't last or got heated and it had the warps in it. But it's so weird for me to hear today that vinyl is so popular that it's really made a huge comeback, and go to stores now and see there's these vinyls and they're brand new prints and they're different colors, and there's way more than I had opportunity to have back in the 80s. Like it's so crazy.
You wouldn't believe, Primo, but vinyl actually still to today is the most popular medium. It actually beats out digital music still to this day.
And I think it has a lot to do with the quality. The idea of the analog sound is not something you're going to get from any other play out there. I mean, cassettes, sure, but cassettes don't have the same kind of longevity that the vinyls do. And that's it. Like you were saying, the crackle, the analog, the real sound. And that's something that we argued when digital came out, that it just couldn't capture that sound.
So Logan Hall's asking vinyls, where do you buy your vinyl, online or in a record store?
Both. I could go on Amazon and buy a new vinyl. I have my favorite record store, which is called Hunky Dory in Raleigh. And it's a cute little record shop with hundreds and hundreds of crates to dig through. And they have like a little bar. So I prefer going that route to things. Because I like the experience of it. Could I order on Amazon or some kind of record store online? Yes, but the experience is what gets me. And like I said, I could sit there for hours just searching through things. So it'll be record store probably number one for me.
So to Brodinky says almost as many vinyls as Kelly has bottles of bourbon. Give him the bell for that one.
Kelly, you should look over and be like, you drug me into this, didn't you?
And then Peter's saying,
followed up by my husband.
Yeah. David D says, I have 100 copies of the Greatest American Hero theme song on vinyl. It's so crazy, man. And a question from Ronan says, what is the vinyl record store that is favorite at the moment? I find a Miles Davis and Sonny Rollins. That is my number one. Wow.
Yeah, I would say my number one that I play all the time is probably Rolling Stones, the Sticky Fingers album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably my favorite. I could throw that on and listen to it over and over. So
yeah. Awesome.
I always appreciate listening to her talk about music because I do not have that taste. My favorite right now is Rammstein Radio on Pandora.
Okay.
Yeah, and trap music.
Nice.
So I'm a lot of fun in carpool.
I'm a punk rock guy, so all my records are like punk rock or like metal or like I'm a punk rock guy. So
yeah.
So Uncle Bird's checking in saying greetings from England.
Hey,
nice to see you,
Mario.
Kelly, with your partner in crime vinyls. So let me ask, how do you ladies know each other? How did you meet through Instagram, or were you friends growing up, or how did this?
So we were neighbors. Yeah.
Okay.
Kelly, you said we met
2016
like the anniversary. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Things 2016. Okay.
Yeah. So we both moved into the neighborhood in 2014, but we didn't actually start interacting until 2016 when we had a very crazy other neighbor who wanted us all like hang out on like supper club thing. It was just weird. But I did find friendship with Kristen and her husband, Jeremy. They're really great friends to me and Peter. And they left the neighborhood and left us here. And but we still spend time together. They're like 20 minutes down the road, so it's good.
It's not far.
That's awesome.
It's far. Have you seen the roads you live on?
The gas prices are going up. I'm just saying. So I mean,
you will be closer soon enough. So 10 minutes. We're breaking it in half. So
yeah.
So watches, how did we come into collecting watches, and how long ago did that start for both of you? I know Kelly, I've had you on the channel, but maybe for some people that haven't, seen you live before, if you want to talk a little bit about how either of you came into watches and how your collection's growing, and maybe we can see some of your pieces.
I think I'll start with that because I kind of enabled Kristen into her fascination. So I'll start with that side of things. But I know that I've been very vocal in the past about how I got into this hobby, and really my husband did it.
Mm-hmm.
He has always been into watches. He had a Tag Heuer 1500 Professional, I think it is. It's tiny, by the way. It's so cute. It doesn't get worn anymore. But he always wore that. It was a gift from his parents, and he had fond memories of seeing watches associated with milestones, and it was just something that really was a special way to commemorate something. And so when we got together, it was maybe 2018, he started talking about watches, and I didn't understand it. I had my Apple Watch, I didn't get it, whatever, why do you need that, it's expensive, blah blah blah. 2015, I'll get to that point that I stole the hobby. It's fine. But 2015-ish, I realized he was trying to groom me by he gifted me a watch. And it's this cute little Victorinox that'll go to my daughter one day. It's like 28 millimeters. And if anybody knows the watches I wear, like, imagine it. It's happened. I have worn. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
So finally he went.
Watch girl.
I like them thick. So he was going about like pawn shops, and called me one day, and he found this tag, and he told me all about it, how much it costs. I'm like, look, if this is what you need in life to feel complete, fine. And I didn't understand it. He came home. It looked awful. He is currently wearing it, so I can't actually show it to you, but because I'm sure you're not going to get up. But he came home, cleaned it up, did a beautiful job, and it looked incredible. He's getting up. So
Peter, come over.
Yep.
Say hi, Peter.
Do you want to just say hey real quick, awesome. Pete? Nice. He has noise canceling headphones on right now, so everything's delayed. Yeah, so he cleaned it up, and I mean, it did not look like this when he brought it home. And it's just a little Carrera Twin Time, and it's a beautiful watch. It's timeless. You can wear it for any occasion. Yeah. And so he cleaned it up and he showed it to me, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. And he's like, you want to wear it? And then I didn't take it off for 3 months. And that's what did it. So that when he came to me and I started looking at like the Facebook platforms were the first one. Facebook groups were the first groups I was introduced to, which I think is why I have thick skin when it comes to some of the people that you encounter, because that's like a toxic place. But when he came to me next and said he was ready for his next watch and he wanted the Omega Seamaster Professional 300, I said yes. And I didn't even question how much it was going to cost. And then it was all downhill from there.
It just became a sick addiction.
It did. But we've had a lot of fun with it. It's given us something that we mutually enjoy. We like to hunt for them, talk about them, critique them, everything. We are, in my opinion, I'm very lucky in the fact that we have similar wrist sizes. I don't really know what that about me. He either has a girl's wrist or I have a dude's wrist. I'm not sure. But it works out. So we have roughly a shared collection. And it's one of those things where it's just, I didn't expect it to click and it did.
Yeah.
And I love every aspect. I get so excited about new releases. I started a new job that's been very time consuming and I haven't been able to pay as much attention to the releases from last week as I wanted to, but I did pay attention to a few some that I hated, some that I loved. But it's just added something exciting to life. A few years ago, when was it? Was it like it was 2020, wasn't it, Kristen?
Yeah.
I think it was 2020.
You started
we just happened
kind of after COVID. Like you kind of started.
Yeah.
Out. Yeah.
So we're hanging out. They'd come over for dinner and she knew all about the whole watch thing. And she's like, explain this to me. Yeah. And she'd already kind of asked questions about some over the like couple of years beforehand. But we went on a deep dive and that was a green light.
What do you think it is about watches that you love so much? Because you said it really clicked with you. What do you think it is that clicked with you?
Yeah.
And this is an open channel. This is open for both of you as well, too. So.
Okay. Yeah. For me, it wasn't so much. I do appreciate the mechanics. I think when you see what some of these brands like, FP Journe puts so much passion into what he designs, and he's not even prioritizing sales. He's designing based off of what he wants to put out there, numbers be danged. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the passion that you see with a lot of these watchmakers. But what started getting me was the design. It was like just the way it looks. There's this rugged elegance because I love big watches. I love dive watches. I like thicker, more like not dress watch, except we all know my number one favorite is the Zenith El Primero. That is just breathtaking. That one is to this day gets me giddy. So I think to me, it was just the way, for some reason, when you look at it, you notice all the little features that somebody took a lot of time to design.
Yeah.
And it makes your heart race. It makes your palms sweat in a good way. And that's what's it for me. That's what did it. It was the aesthetic. And then it became a way of associating memories with something. So I can pick up a watch and I can tell you a moment that I associate with it. And so that's what matters.
Kristen, what is it for you that kind of got you, connected to watches?
Yeah. To me, it's kind of like music. Like everybody can relate to music. Everybody has memories behind certain songs or lyrics or, whatnot. And when I started getting into the watch, hobby, it was, hearing like she said, hearing the people's stories and the history behind the watches. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I love. Is it the newer watches? I don't think so. If you asked me if there was something that I admired, that was newer and pretty and fancy, I don't know if I would pick anything because vintage is what I've been kind of going for. And it's the history, the stories behind it. Like, when Kelly started showing me their watches, there's some watches in there that I think Peter's dad had and little pieces here and there. And it's seeing that and the the people that say they're going to pass these down to their families or their children or whatnot. And, you know, Kelly just bought her dad a watch, and that was very exciting for her.
That was amazing.
So it's how it can bring people together. You know, and you know, even when I started getting into it, I wasn't sure what I loved. But I think what dragged me in at the beginning was the community. People are so nice. Like Facebook, not so much. I won't be on there. But they're so encouraging. They you can see how much people appreciate it and love it. And I appreciate that people have, you know, this love for something that's so important to them. And like I said, whenever Kelly and I got together that night, we have pictures, and it was, you know, her showing me things in the watch box, and it was cute. It was exciting, and I saw this like spark in her eye, and she was excited. You saw Peter kind of hovering in the corner, you know, like upset, like she just took all her watches, but it was good.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Uh-oh.
I don't have glasses on, so I can't see you. Yes.
It's like, give me the box back.
So I think I have to agree with you. I think, you know, obviously I've been 16 years in the watch business, selling watches. And, you know, the great thing that I always love about it when I have a experience with a client is that, you know, I know that this piece is going to, it marks a certain point in time. And I think going back to what Kelly said, she can remember when she bought all those pieces that she has and connects that memory to it. And I think that's what the great thing about watches. And as Kristen said, it is a community, people, because you know why? If I didn't have watches, I would not be here with all of you right now. No one would be watching the stream. We wouldn't be on this. And I think, you know, it does bring a community of people in that really are really passionate about these, you know, these things that are so connected to our lives. You know, it's like we had Ahmad Biard on our stream. And if anybody doesn't know, Satori Biard watches, independent watchmaker, all bespoke, custom to what you want.
Incredible.
And the passion
absolutely incredible
that he talks about, and just him talking about pouring every last dollar into his business because he just loves watches and being able to work with the customer from start to finish. And I said this to him. I said, you know, it's funny. I follow you daily on Instagram, and it's like every time you post a watch, a customer's watch, because every watch is different than the other. I can't pick a favorite one. And I just, it's amazing what someone can think of and put into a small area in such a small, you know, a small device. It's just crazy. But anyway, I digress. Run for a little
well,
bit.
That's the beauty of the watch idea, is the idea of that precision and all the craftsmanship that goes into it. And it's something that everybody can share with just a piece of art. And that's something that very few things out there that you purchase can do. So
exactly.
And time is very significant to our lives. I mean, we only have so much time, and I hate to be kind of morbid, but we only have so much time. And I think to have something like that to represent, you know, time and have it very, you know, a beautiful piece on your wrist is always a cool thing. So, do you ladies have any watches you can show us? Some of your collection? We'd love to see.
You know, I do.
I'm sure the audience does too. But yeah.
Actually, if you want, I will kick it off because I have everything right here. But I just want to show y'all. This is this one. I'll show you. I'm gonna. I have to spend a little bit more time with it. This is I was able to. This was sent to me to kind of spend some time with, to give my opinion. I don't really know why people want my opinion, but they do. And so this brand is called Biotic, and it is based out of, I want to say, Singapore.
Okay.
And it's a very interesting design because it's got
two
crowns on either side.
Interesting.
But I will tell you, this dial does all kinds of things for me.
Okay.
So it's, again, I just got it recently in hands. I can't tell you much about it, but that's probably the most recent one that I got my hands on. It's called the Firmicidae.
Interesting.
I can spell it better than I can pronounce it, but I'm going to put out a YouTube video at some point about it.
Cool.
But it's actually, the design is very solid. Like it's got some weight to it. It's a 39 millimeter watch, but it's got some weight to it. And they use It's a Miyota 9125, I think. So pretty
Nice.
solid movement
Yeah,
as
solid
far as
movement.
your Japanese movements go. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. They have quite a few people that they have asked to do the same thing, spend time with, and
Yeah.
just get the word out. So I respect that, just partnering with the community. Also, I got to spend some time with a couple of Longines.
I was gonna say Longines actually, they reached out to you and you're kind of doing some things for them right now. Yeah.
Yep. So they asked me if they could send me a watch to review. Again, that was the weirdest thing to me. I was like, did you mean to send this to somebody else? But I said, okay, well, these are the two. This is the first one that I want. If it's not available, I'll take this one instead. So they sent me both of them. So this is the Legend Diver. Really
nice.
Great.
Very vintage.
Bronze case, green dial.
Yep.
This doesn't have a date on it, and I'm actually fine with that. Because I get lazy occasionally. But this is a beautiful watch on. It's 41 millimeters. And it actually came on this leather strap. That's probably the only thing I'm not a big fan of is actually the leather, because I think I could get something a little nicer off of like HD straps. Just something textured. I like textured dials. Like I've got ostrich on my Zenith right now, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
They also sent this Spirit.
Nice.
And this is a really sweet watch. The dial, and it doesn't come through on my camera right now, but it actually has texturing, a very granular texture.
Oh, okay.
At first I wanted to call it linen, but it doesn't have like the lines in it. So it's much more of a granular texture, which is similar to my Speedmaster Racing. Cool. This is a really comfortable watch to wear. Both of them were. When I first started getting into this hobby, you hear people immediately voice opinions about brands. So I would hear things like, Breitling is terrible. Or Longines has ridiculously long lugs. And so the first time I ever went, I was a little jaded because that's all I'd heard. Their lugs are very excited. They do have long lugs, but on straps, they're actually fine. I don't know what this would look like on a bracelet. I do think maybe on a bracelet it would be a little bit more uncomfortable, but with my wrist size, it's been fantastic. Patricia, I'd like to hear more about your Zenith. Okay. So this is my baby. This was a Christmas gift for me. 2019. I still don't know what I did to deserve it, but whatever it was really great. This is a two-tone Chronomaster, so it's rose gold and steel. Discontinued. So my Chrono 24 account looks really great right now.
It's good right now.
So this
El Primero movement, correct?
Yeah. So Patricia, I think this question comes up quite a bit. Either people genuinely want to know, because the Chronomaster gets compared to the Daytona quite a bit. And depending on who you're talking to, they'll be like, oh, it's a homage to the Daytona. We can talk history if you want, and I'll tell you that you're wrong. But we're not going to, because we're friends. So it's an entirely different watch, in my opinion. I have tried on a Daytona. In fact, I would love a Panda Daytona, but not enough. Somebody asked me one day, they were so mean. They were like, would you trade that? Absolutely not.
Right.
I might cry, but that's, this is a very elegant, but durable. It's just I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words, because it's perfect to me. It's absolutely perfect. And I can find flaw with the Daytona as much as I love it. You know, the asymmetrical lugs, we could talk about that. The fact that it's just a millimeter too small, in my opinion. I feel like the Daytona could be just a millimeter bigger, but I still love it. But this, no flaw whatsoever. It was interesting. I was curious to see what Zenith came out with during Watches and Wonders. I hate the Zenith Chronomaster Open. It's awful. It's busy. They don't need to put an open heart on a Chronomaster. Yeah. They should have left it alone. They had an open heart. They had a Chronomaster. You're fine. Peter's obsessed with that gold Chronomaster Sport. He loves gold, though. I'm not a big fan. Sometimes I'm okay with some two-tone. That Zenith Chronomaster is my pride and joy. I love it.
I'm not a big fan of the Skyline that came out. I just can't get with it.
I have to take a look because I was just
I'll roll up.
I tried by both. Okay.
That's okay.
I'd love to see.
Real quick. Let's see. One second. Hey, while we're waiting, if everybody in the chat can please upvote. We needed some more upvotes here. That would be much appreciated. It's this one here. That one. It had that 10.
Oh yeah. So my buddy Nate,
10-second hand that
actually
goes.
really I'm very sensitive to whether or not I like subdials or any kind of like an indicator. I like, okay, Grand Seiko, not a huge fan of a spring drive. I just don't like it on the dial. I like the high beat. This is not my cup of tea, but I respect Zenith's design. I wouldn't buy it though. Yeah, but my friend Nate, he loves it, and I think it's fantastic.
So this Patricia says that they come out with a boutique edition without the open heart in stainless, and that's gorgeous.
Oh, I bet it is. Okay. I bet it is.
Timely, I know you're looking for the link. We're kind of scheduling shows now, but definitely reach out to me if you want to come on. I know we had a conversation about a couple weeks ago about showing some of your vintage watches, and if you ever want to come on and do a solo show, I'd love to have you on and have you talk about your pieces. So not ignoring you. That's just kind of the format on the show now. So Kristen.
Yes.
Let's hear about some of your watches and your pieces and your favorite ones.
I'll start off just because Bro Dinky brought up the Casio connoisseur message on there. That's kind of what I started with, these and the G-Shocks, and I have every color of the G-Shocks except for the yellow of the what is it, GA 2100, I believe. So I still want to get the yellow.
Yeah.
So here, my two little Casios that I love and I need to post more on because they are some of my favorite. I love the gold. If I the gold is probably one of my favorites to wear. I love breaking out the gold watches. I do have a brew. Today is Brew's Day. Kelly's wearing her brew watch. It's the metric retro.
That's cool.
And it's
I've never seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
It's
just put out
cool.
a salmon dial one. The salmon dial looks majestic.
I love it.
And then I'm wearing my retrograph.
Yeah, there's a couple that Brew Watches has that they started off with that I love, and I wish I could get it. And I check eBay and all the sites for it.
So where is that? Where's that company out of? Is it
New York? I believe.
Okay.
Right, Kelly? Or no? Is it New York? I think it's New York.
I think so.
I think he's in New York.
His name is Jonathan Ferrer.
Yeah.
Amazing guy. Oh, okay. He's a fantastic guy. What's up,
Independent watch company out of Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of these. I got
very
the website.
Creative, very down to earth. He just released another version of this retrograph that it's like a chocolate dial with like a bronze case. Oh God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, these are cool. Very 70s, very 75.
Yeah, so I love that retro look of these. So between vintage and otherwise, like, what do I like? It's like these retro fun watches.
Yeah,
I think they're cool.
That's awesome.
Unique. I like the unique looks. Other than that, I have the Oris right now. Big Crown Pointer Day. It's on loan right now.
Nice.
Having a lot of fun with it. It's
I love that light tan colored strap on that green dial. That's gorgeous. Yeah.
They have a blue dial and then a dark gray, and the straps are a little bit different. The dark gray has a darker gray strap, and then the blue dial has a darker brown strap, and it's really pretty. But green is my favorite color. That's everything I wear. I'm wearing green right now. I have a lot of green watches. So when I saw this one, I'm going to have a hard time giving it up for sure.
So Basil says people that own blue watches seem to be really happy with them. Cool. Yeah.
Let's see. I recently got a Tizzo, the PRX.
Yay, PRX gang!
You
We
have
give her a
that,
bell.
yeah.
Yay! I
And
do.
I love it.
I love.
So I
mine.
wasn't sure when I first got it. When I put it on, I'm not used to like wearing like bracelets and stuff. I like leather straps.
This
Either
watch
leather or
kicks
plastic
ass.
straps is how I've gone, what I've been wearing. So when I first got it, I asked a friend on Instagram, and she had just bought her husband one. And I said, show me what it looks like on you. She sent me some pictures. I sent it to her. They both said, no, keep it. I said, okay, I'll give it a go. And since then I wear it all the time. I love it. I love the black dial. It's like it has like that waffle, like, I guess,
Yeah, awesome.
whatever they call it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait till the Chrono comes out. It looks badass. If you've seen the rendering from them, they look really good. So I definitely know I'm going to be getting one of those. And then you have your Hamilton that you're wearing.
I have 2 Hamiltons. So I have the Hamilton
a lot of watches
that I'm wearing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then I have the American Classic, the champagne dial.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. So all your watches, I noticed that does have that very kind of retro vintage throwback. And I think it's really cool where people find their particular style. Like myself, like if you obviously follow me, is mine are all very like military kind of looking, my Bell and Ross, I kind of say this has kind of a military, the Speedy, all mine are very military. I kind of like that style. So
yeah, and I mean, even when you say military style, my favorite is the G-Shock, the green, the forest green. I love this one, and I can wear it with so many things, and it's eye catcher. People notice it, and yes, it's considered this big man's watch, and I do have smaller wrists, and it does look bigger on me, but I love it. I love it.
That's my favorite G-Shock that I have.
Yeah,
I love this one.
Yeah,
Kelly, you have you have a lot of G-Shocks.
Yeah,
you keep yours in a big like money roll. Yours look like a big money roll.
I like to stack them up. I didn't bring them down, but I have like 8.
Hey, Lone Star.
A crazy amount. What's up, Kurt? I have a lot of G-Shocks because
I was gonna say $2 super chat from Lone Star Watch Collector. Greetings from Amarphia, Texas. We'll give him a bell for that one. Thank you so much, Kurt. Appreciate that.
G-Shocks are the easiest thing to buy a couple of whiskeys in, and they're like Skittles because they come in every color. So, but right now I think I'm good. I've got 2 of the black ones. I've got the one with the black indices, and I've got the one with the white indices. I've got the transparent one, red, white, 2 whites. I've got the ladies. I think it's like the GMA 2100, and then I've got the white with the black dial, GA 2100. I've got a salmon dial one, and then Peter. We were out one night, actually, with Jeremy and Kristen. We were listening to live music, and out of nowhere, he's like, "I bought you a watch." And so the 2 days later, this blue with the metal bezel came in. So they're easy to buy. They're a lot of fun, and you can wear them whenever. Funny side note, I have a 14-year-old daughter, so it's fun to talk to. She's very involved with a lot of this. In fact, when we went on Saturday and bought a watch for my dad's birthday, she was very involved in it with Peter. They outvoted me for what I thought he'd like. I said the Aqua Racer, and they said, no, you're stupid. It's the Formula One. So like, okay, fine. So she is very opinionated. And I asked her one day, I said, what is your least favorite watch that you have ever seen being around watches?
Right.
And it wasn't even something offhand that she had seen. It was something that I own. Her least favorite watch that she would love to have go away completely from existence on this earth is my red G-Shock. She hates it.
Why is that?
I don't know, because she's 14. Her favorite watch is the Batgirl. She loves that watch. And I asked her, I was like, in existence? And she's like, yes. But she also told me she wants a Speedy for her 16th birthday.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have to start doing YouTube live streams to raise money.
Right. By the way, for everybody that sticks around, I am going to give away a watch tonight. I'm gonna be nice and give away a watch. I have a Seiko turtle that I'm going to give away this evening. So I'll stick around for that. We're going to give that away to someone.
I do want to save the ocean. I
Yes,
am on the prowl.
those
Like
are awesome.
I'm just gonna have a couple of whiskeys one night and then buy it and then ask for forgiveness later.
So if I can go back to Instagram really quick.
Yeah.
Do you ever have anybody that reaches out to either one of you and asks like, hey, you know, I'm getting into watches, you know, maybe some ladies that follow you. Hey, I'm getting into watches and, you know, could you find me something or help me pick something or a gift for someone? Do you ever have communication that? And I'm sure you probably get a lot of weird stories too. A lot of weird messages.
Yeah. Because my account is primarily watches, I'm going to speak on that real quick and then Kristen as well, because I know that we share very similar experiences with messages.
Okay.
I do get quite a few messages, not as many women. I find a lot of them through the Explore page. Occasionally, if I have a guy that follows, and Brian knows, is that I engage heavily through live streams on Instagram.
Yes.
And so I have met people through, not really in person, but on lives. And so it brings a sense of familiarity to you and your subscribers, whatever. That's a weird word. So I've had the opportunity to meet spouses in these situations. And sometimes you find out that it's a woman that has really followed and supported her husband's watch collections to the point that she has some of her own and wants that connection to talk about, like how to grow it, how to exist in this kind of, because it's a male dominated hobby.
Right.
90% of the males in the hobby are very supportive. There's like 10% that are toxic and they like to gatekeep and they like to say, oh, are you wearing your husband's watch? Because obviously I'm a woman and I can't buy my own stuff. But for the most part, people are really great. But mostly the messages I get about watch opinions are from men. A lot of them are getting into the hobby. And I think the allure of actually approaching a woman about this is that it's easier to talk to. I think
I'm just going to ask about that, you know, because I think I think you make a good point there. I think it's just a lot easier than where maybe a guy getting into the hobby the first time around, and it might feel that the other person might be a little bit more critical, like, dude, you know, you're not into like, what the hell, you're not into watches, or you should be into watches, you know, and you know, stuff like that. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And you probably get a share of like really weird shit too.
It's oh god, what was I got one recently. A dude said something about, it was a G-Shock that I posted. He's like, oh, that's really cool. Do you have a lot of those? I'm like, yeah, I've got about 8. He's like, how many watches do you have? And I told him. He said, well, you know, I've got quite a few watches. If you would like me to send you one, I just want you to like wear it in a picture for me of how I tell you to wear it. And I'm like, and we're blocking.
Yeah. We're deleting.
We're just gonna, we're done.
So, yeah.
I send Peter screenshots of these and he's just like,
what the fuck?
But the feet ones are always the best.
Yeah.
Kristen, can you tell us about maybe some of your experiences? Do you have anybody reach out to you, and do you have, you know, ask you for advice or anything like that?
I think the people that reach out to me are more music related. I do talk to, I feel like there are, like she said, like women, the spouses of the males have reached out to me that don't have like watch Instagram accounts, and they'll just ask questions about how I've gotten into it and whatnot. But mostly, my messages, Kelly gets some crazy messages. She gets some interesting things come through. Mine are mostly music related, asking me, concerts that are going on, or things like that. So I do have the occasional put your watch on your ankle comments.
It's always the ankles and the feet.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah, it's
I had
interesting.
one, the weirdest one, to the point, it was to the point that feet is normal. This one guy was like, "Hey, can you wear your NATO inverted for me, please?" I'm like, that was so oddly specific that I got
Specific. I was just gonna say. What the fuck?
And then like that one, and have you ever worn your watch like face down on your wrist? No.
No. Why?
Mm-mm.
No. You know what I always think
I don't
is weird?
respond to him.
When I see people wearing watches like this, I always think this is so weird when they wear them like this.
Oh yeah.
I can't.
It's
It's so
weird,
odd.
right?
It looks uncomfortable.
It's weird.
It's like if you want to take a picture with like a wine glass.
Yeah.
How do you get that picture with the wine glass? You're twisting. So then they turn it to to the inside, and then bam, they get the dial with the wine glass. I'm like, no, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's strange. It doesn't feel
So
good.
I should never admit that I actually wore my watch like that before.
No.
No, never. No. This is not that safe space.
This conversation never happened.
Lone Star Watch Collector has a question from Finals and Dials. It says, has to be only one watch and only one record. What do you pick?
So like any watch,
any record.
Like any watch in your collection and any record in your collection. Like if she could only save one.
Right. I think
Or
that's what he's
in
asking.
general, like in the world.
Oh, maybe.
Only one watch and only one record. So that's it. Yeah.
Answer that both ways.
Well,
Yeah.
right now, I would
Answer
say
both.
my Hamilton khaki feel I wear all the time. I love changing the straps out.
Yeah.
I like the changing of things. I mean, I change my wardrobe, I change my life, everything changes all the time. So when I can change a strap on something like this and it looks so good, it's my favorite watch. I wear it all the time. If I was to pick a watch that this is very much out of my area, but the FP Journes, whenever we saw those in person, I mean, I was in love. It was like Alice in Wonderland, how unique it was, the creativity of the design. So if I was to pick any watch, it would be something in that area, like one of those ones.
And then one record.
One record.
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Speaking of like messages that come through, those are the questions that people ask me. What's your favorite record? What's your favorite band? That is the hardest question you can ask somebody that loves music.
Right.
Like I mentioned earlier, Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. That's my. I could listen to that over and over. Could I listen to Fleetwood Mac? Yes. Could I listen to Kings of Leon? Kings of Leon is one of my favorite bands. It's good. That's a hard question to ask a music lover. I love so many different things, so I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have to take three.
No, I want to hear the three. So.
I mean, I would say Rolling Stones, Fleetwood Mac is my favorite. Dire Straits.
Yeah.
See, I can keep on going. Like,
right. That's hard. The thing. Yeah.
I'm thinking 5 now. Like,
and it's also based on the day. So it's like if I listen to those three songs and then like I'll like, oh, that's it. And then 2 minutes later, you'll bring something up and be like, no, that was it. That's the one.
I want to chill. Like I'm going to listen to maybe a little Dire Straits. If I want to feel a little sexy, Kings of Leon. But it's interesting the areas that it's just what you feel. So I couldn't take one. I couldn't do it.
So Kurt says that I'd have to go Harvest by Neil Young and Rolex GMT Master. That's a great combo.
Yeah.
I think that's cool though Kristen, I think that's really cool because you kind of grab from both spectrums. You've got that pretty well on your Instagram. You're getting, people that love music and people that love watches, and you're bringing both that together. And I think that's a really cool thing. And Kelly does that too with her
liver damage.
Her liver damage and her watches. And I know occasionally you'll post, enjoying a cigar, and I think it's really cool to bring in all that stuff. So
maybe that's what I should do, Brian. I should mix cars with drinks and then have like a Czech liver light.
And while you're listening to music while you're doing it.
Right, exactly. Done.
I mean, it's like one person. We could bring it together.
Yep.
Just don't drink the whiskey while you're driving the car.
Exactly.
No, don't drink and drive.
Right.
Please
No.
don't.
You can talk about cars, you just can't drive.
Yes.
Right?
That's awesome. So how about we give away a watch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give away a watch. All right. I'm going to do pick a card, I think, from my jumbo deck. So what I have is that was donated from a awesome subscriber of the channel. A friend reached out to me quite a few months ago, and I've been trying to have a stream to give this away. And I thought tonight would be a perfect opportunity to do that. So what I have is a Seiko turtle. It's got a day date on it, and super cool. It comes on a NATO strap, and it has the original rubber strap as well too. So I have to say this though, couple ground rules. You have to be from the US because shipping right now overseas is insane. And I just feel I don't want to ship this, north of the border overseas right now. And I'm sorry, I don't want it to get lost, and I want it to get into someone's hands that can do this. So got to be from the US, and you have to be able to give me your address. So I don't want someone to pick it, win it, and then go, I don't want to give you my address. So that's
not really winning it, is it?
So what you can do is reach out to me on Instagram, and I'll drop my link for everybody. Just private message me. The winner can private message me on Instagram, and I'll give you that link in 2 seconds. And then we're going to do this. We'll give this one away. All right. So I'll drop my link down here below. It's the Let's Talk Live link.
And you said I still can't play, right?
Play, it's fine. Everybody
I don't have that watch. So
everybody can play. Everybody on the panel can play too.
Uh-oh.
It's open to it's competition.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to pick a card, and then what I want everybody to do is in the chat, just say what card I have in my hand.
Is it like an actual deck of cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, wow. And it's
Can you imagine
52?
him playing? Imagine him playing cards with that.
Yeah, right. All right, let's give away a watch. I'm gonna pick this one right here.
That's the one.
That's the one. So whenever you guys want to start, whoever wants to win a watch, start typing, and the first person that pulls it up is gonna win.
Couple of squiggly lines. Oh no, it's Ghostbusters. Sorry.
It is not the 8 of clubs. It is not the 5 of diamonds. Keep going.
Dang it. Peter, you have to play.
It is not the 3 of clubs.
What's up, Don?
Nope. Keep
Mike's
going.
here.
Keep going.
Jack of spades. 8 of hearts.
Nope.
Wow.
Keep going.
It's getting crazy in here.
Keep going. Nope. No winner yet.
Wow. Oh, somebody too did King of Spades at the same time. That was funny.
Nope. No winner yet. Nope. No winner yet. See this? I give watches away, and the viewers increase.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Nope, still no winner. I got a winner. We got a winner. Stop,
what?
Stop.
What was it? What was it?
We got a winner.
What is it?
We got a winner.
I'm gonna say, you ready? Before I can I guess it real quick? I'm betting it's the diamonds.
Nope.
Oh,
stop, guys. We have a winner. Ready?
Yeah.
It is. If I can pull it up, it's still going so fast. Molly has won with the 3 of spades. Congratulations.
Good job.
Reach out to me on Instagram. You can private message me through the Instagram link there. That's my Instagram.
Congratulations, Molly.
Congratulations,
Molly is the
Molly.
wife of one of our local Red Bar members.
Awesome.
So this is actually really appropriate
Cool.
because she is a woman getting into this hobby. So congratulations, Molly.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You have won
Awesome.
this Seiko turtle, and I will get that out to you. Like I said, just private message me on the Let's Talk Live and get me an address. I can get this out to you, and I'll get this out.
That's awesome. I think Molly was actually like the first person to comment when we started the stream too. So
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
Good play.
Awesome. That's such a great way to end a stream. And awesome, Molly. Congratulations. We'll get this out to you in the next couple of days. As quick as you can get your address over, we'll get this out to you. So ladies, I want to thank both of you for taking this time. We like to try to keep the show down to an hour because the algorithm and YouTube does only likes an hour. So
Yeah.
I appreciate Kristen joining us this evening, Vinyls and Dials, and Kelly on her own time. And please go over and follow them respectively on Instagram. Kelly does her live shows. If you want to plug that, please do. On Instagram,
it's a little bit of a hot mess. Friday nights we do an Instagram live stream, the Friday Night Free for All, that has another nickname that we shall not name on YouTube. And it's a great time. It's allowed me to meet many people. It's the FNSS. That is exactly what that is called. Yep. Brodinky is on there. It's me, Pete, Brian makes an appearance. I did hear a rumor that we will have Sam and her watch box on there this coming Friday, so I'm very excited. But it's all good fun. It's not recorded for obvious reasons, but it's just a great way to come together and kind of hang out. It's allowed us to meet all kinds of people. But if you're on Instagram on a Friday night after 9 p.m. Eastern time, check it out.
Oh, hey, Small G. Thank you, man. One of my Instagram followers. Thank you so much. And thanks for following the girls this evening. We appreciate that. He's got an awesome watch collection. Go over and check out his Instagram. It's so awesome. So very, very cool. And Kristen, if you want to rep your, I just said rep. Why the hell did I just say
plug
rep?
yourself?
Plug your plug your Instagram account.
This keeps getting worse. Let's just
I just said rep. I feel like I was from like 1990.
Right.
Rep your Instagram.
Well, it's been really fun. Like I said, like we said at the beginning, this is my first YouTube. So it's been really good. Thanks for having me.
Great.
You're natural.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. So thank you so much this evening. I really appreciate everybody for sticking around. Come join us. We have fantastic guests on here. Yes, we still talk watches over here, but we talk daily and weekly and monthly and yearly trending stuff too. So come join us for the shows. We post them up usually a couple of days. We have guest speakers during the week, but we try to keep Sunday nights 8 p.m. We always have a live show every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Come join us. And please join the girls on Instagram. Really do appreciate it. And that's going to end the show tonight. So ladies, thank you so much again. We are out of here. We'll see you on the next one. If I can get my outro.
Hit the button.